Good Sunday morning from just outside of the Lake Church. The building is ready for you, and I pray that you are ready for the building. But more than that, I pray that we are ready for what the living God of heaven will do today in our midst. Don't let anything keep you from the Lord's meeting house on this beautiful Sunday, Water Festival Sunday morning. May the 18th is the day, and our text, which we're going to hide and heed, and also be looking at in a little bit longer version at 8:32 is 1 Samuel 17:37. It is the story of David and Goliath, but one verse that makes all the difference, and quite honestly, it's oftentimes overlooked. David said, "The Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine." Then Saul said unto David, "Go, and the Lord be with thee." Once upon a time, a ruddy lad stood before a king, trying to talk his way into a battle. Not out of, but into a battle. "Let me at him, King Saul. I'm ready to take on this 9.5-foot tall giant named Goliath." Well, that battle would go down as the most famous ever fought in all of human history. The battle of David and Goliath. How thankful we are to know how that battle turned out. And we can certainly seek wisdom and guidance for the battles that we face, for the giants that we face on a daily basis. Let me give you 5 words to consider as we seek to learn this verse and then live it out. You ready? Here we go. Number 1, David's cause. Why was David fighting? Not because he just wanted to pick a fight with a bully, but because there was an eternity on the line. Make no mistake, David was the chosen line that Jesus would come from, and therefore, Jesus was already set in place to come from the loin, to come from the line of David, who was from the line of Judah. David was fighting on the other side of the cross, but he was fighting for the sake of the victory of the cross, just like we fight on this side of the cross. David's cause, it was more than simply fighting for the freedom of the Israelites, but my freedom and your freedom from sin was on the line as well. Secondly, David's countenance. The King James uses the word countenance, and it means this. David wasn't much to look at. He wasn't impressive. When he was anointed, even his daddy had to be convinced. Listen, God's not looking on the outside, God's looking on the heart. And David, the man after God's own heart, while not outwardly impressive, inwardly there was the heart beating of a king, a courageous giant slayer. Number 3, David's critics. Everywhere you look, people criticize David for even showing up at the battle. His brothers accused him of pride and arrogance and so many other things. How thankful we are that when the criticisms come, we know that they're criticizing us, not because of us, but because of the one we represent. David's critics came against him for the same reason many times our critics come against us, and that is we are standing for the cross of Calvary. David's credentials. I love this part. Don't miss this. What did David use to convince Saul that he was up for the challenge, that he was worthy of representing the Israelites? He didn't say, "Let me tell you who my daddy is. Let me tell you who my brothers are. Let me tell you." He said, "Let me tell you about my life experience." His resume was one of just amazing underdog victories. He said, "One day a lion came and took a sheep from my father's flock. I went after him, grabbed that old lion by the beard, and I slew him and rescued the lamb. Another time a bear came and took a lamb from my father's flock, and I went after that old bear, and I beat him with a club, and he lay dead. And King Saul, listen, that lion and that bear were no match for my God, and neither is this giant." And Saul said, "Go get him, David." That was pretty amazing that he talked his way into that battle by looking back at the past victories. How thankful we are for the past victories that gives us the confidence for the current and even future victories. And then finally, David's courage. Where did David get his courage from? He had not just read the latest self-help book, but he realized that he was representing the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. More than King Saul and the nation of Israel, he was representing Jehovah God, the living God. And because of that, he had victory over the giant. David said, the Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this old Philistine. Saul said unto David, go, and the Lord be with you. And Father, I pray for the courage of David, in spite of all odds, that we might face our giants bravely and boldly with great confidence and courage, knowing that we're not fighting for victory, we are fighting from victory. In Jesus' sweet name, amen and amen. God bless you. I'll see you at 8:32. Share the video and an invitation to everybody to come join us for Waterfront Worship. It's going to be an awesome day here. We're honoring our graduates, and then even a baptism at 3 o'clock today for the local Release Time Bible Education Ministry. So a full day, but a very blessed day, and can't wait to see what God's going to do with this day. God bless you. We'll see you at 8:32. Share the video now. Don't forget it.